This is the true story of Chupitos in Pakistan, the Mexican woman who abandoned her son in a small town called San Pablo Aguatempa, Puebla. Back in the year 2014, she had a son with her cousin. Maybe that's why she doesn't love him. She was born in Tlaxcala, but for any reason she doesn't like to mention it. She always says she was born in Puebla. Instead of studying, she decided to have fun by losing herself in alcohol and parties. So time passed by, and she noticed her plans of marrying her cousin or anyone were not going to come true. So she started looking for a husband on Facebook that would be willing to marry her. She searched and searched and searched until nothing happened. Finally, she found a naive guy from Pakistan. His name is Muhammad Naveed Khan, alias Aladdin, who unfortunately got caught in the trap. She convinced him to make up a story together for a YouTube channel because she didn't want to work for the call center in Puebla, Mexico anymore. In the year of 2020, she abandoned her child in Puebla. Yes, leaving a child in charge of grandparents just to go traveling and have an adventure is also called abandonment. She arrived to Pakistan to fool people with their made-up story. She married Muhammad Khan, alias Aladdin, and stayed about 2 years in that country and blamed the pandemic situation, saying it was impossible for everybody to leave the country. That sounds quite funny since some YouTubers traveled to Pakistan and left the country soon with no problem. So of course that was a very dumb excuse. She actually didn't want to go back to San Pablo Aguatempa, Puebla, back in Mexico, to be a responsible mother and take care of her child. She even had the chance of going back to see her hospitalized brother, who had the sickness that many people had during the pandemic. You know what I'm talking about. And she preferred to stay in Pakistan. She didn't even help him with the private hospital because even though she was making a lot of money, she was and is very stingy with her brother's health. She blamed Puebla's government of the high hospital rates. Unfortunately, her brother passed away. So to make it short, time passed by and she finally went back to Puebla, but now she took Aladdin with her. That was the moment when most of her followers found out the truth. She is a mother, a bad mother, because it was a fact that she never mentioned, so she could look like she was single and with no obligations. But the day came where she couldn't hide him any longer. That's the day where she disappointed most of her followers, especially after watching her mistreating her son live on YouTube, and many other video evidence of similar behavior. For example, pulling her son's hair, pinching her son, pushing her son away with her foot. After 2 years without seeing her son, she preferred traveling for fun to Guadalajara than spending her son's birthday together. Likewise, on Mother's Day, she preferred again traveling to Mexico City to celebrate her husband's birthday surrounded by unknown people than spending that day with her son. And the same day, on the celebration of Children's Day, she preferred to drink beer in Cholula than being with him, so that boy doesn't have a single celebration with his mother, etc. It's a shame how a person like her says she represents Latin people, and more specific, Mexicans, because we're not like her. And that's not all. Her speech is very rude and unpolite. And again, we're not like that. When she's live on YouTube, she mentions and complains of how everything is so expensive in Pakistan in a subtle way. And a lot of naive people do send her money in products that are out of her reach. But that's a scam because she earns at least $3,200 per month. In Pakistan, that's way too much. Around 264,433 rupees. Did I forget to mention that her parents are old and sick, and even though they have to look after her son, she doesn't show respect for her parents, her son, herself, and absolutely no respect for the Islam and the Pakistan culture, especially being married to a Muslim man. She should be shown some respect by not drinking and behaving like a single woman with no responsibilities.